We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw? What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. It is Saturday, October 25th. Halloween Havoc. As you can see, I'm totally festive and dressed up for Halloween. I did it once again. I'm back. I have to introduce both of my co-hosts this time, but the one that dressed up with me originally on this show as Dude Love came especially prepared for tonight's show. It's a Saturday, but get your twos up for the Tuesday Night Delight because Shoddy is in the building.
What's going on, man? It is your boy Shad Talks Graps coming in full effect in an amazing mood. Life is so good. This one's for the good guys, and I am dressed up as Hello Kitty. So if you make fun of me, you're more than welcome to it because we're here. It's Halloween spirit. Let's get it.
No doubt about it. But speaking of, we've also got the guy from Louisville. You should, and you gotta always remind me, but it's a little different during Halloween season. What's going on?
Hello, Fireflies. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in, and no, it's not Dryzzy. It is I, Funhouse Bray White, with my new toy.
I absolutely love it. No doubt about it. Let's get right into it though, my friends. Let's get after this. Hang on, shoot. I lost the camera angle. Well, we're back. Sorry, the mask was covering an eye. We'll get into that later. I'm not used to being masked for shows. This is taking some time. We've got some
son of Wagner Jr.
Oh, got him. Hello. Purple mask too, no less. This might even be a Wagner Jr. mask. I'm kidding. It's not. It's actually a Mysterio mask. I bought it at
Clark
Mania.
Mysterio Jr.
Yeah, we got Clark Mysterio in the comments. We've got Hello Shoddy in the comments. We've also got
Hello, Shoddy.
Tatum Paxley is the champion. And then we've also got who's that jumping out the sky? Clark Mysterio. That cracks me up, no doubt about it. Let's get right into this though, because obviously, Shoddy, for quite some time now, you have been speaking about one Tatum Paxley. We've named certain segments Tatum Tuesday on this very program on Off the Air. Is this the greatest moment of your career as a broadcaster, Sean? Or not? Because the celebration, all of it, you spoke this in. I've almost never seen anything like it in wrestling. You spoke this into existence. I'm just going to give you some time here. I'm going to give you the stage because you've earned it, Shoddy. Talk to me about this one.
This is the greatest moment in professional wrestling history, guys. There is not a bigger substantial moment in WWE history when you talk about a champion being crowned. And there isn't a superstar in this industry that is more deserving than a Miss Tatum Paxley. I have been saying it from the beginning, and my goodness, does it feel good to be right once again. Tatum Tuesdays was a pivotal thing for a reason. This comes close to the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl to me, Clark. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, I have a sheer amount of happiness and enjoyment in my heart because this woman is the epitome of a perfect wrestler. There is literally no flaws in her game. She can work. She's athletic. She is strong. She is the best babyface in this industry. This is like, I can't even explain it, bro. Like, this is what dreams are made of, in the words of Hillary Duff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, this is the greatest thing ever, bro. And look, man, y'all, I know people were super excited about moments like the Yes movement, Kofi Mania, all of that. That can move aside for a second. Because Tatum Paxley is the NXT Women's Champion. And Izzy Dame, girl, I see you. You was trying to be slick. You was trying to ruin her moment. But Tatum overcomes it all. She overcomes every adversity that comes in her direction. And I am here to say that I am accurate 100% of the time. I have a perfect quarterback rating when it comes to listing stars. Y'all saw what I did with Tiffany Stratton. You see what she has done. Tatum Paxley is going to surpass that. This isn't the last title she's going to win. Okay? So, Stephanie Vaquer, y'all better guard your grill, duck, because them belts is going to be hers soon, too. My name is Shad Talks Facts, and that is my PSA for the night. One time, guys, baby.
That was absolutely beautiful because I didn't have a few things on my bingo card. First and foremost, I did not have Hillary Duff on this program on my bingo card, but I did appreciate the reference. Number two, when it comes to this list, I thought this was just Tatum's crowning moment, but this is Shad's crowning moment as well. We can't take that away from you, Shadi. That was absolutely beautiful. It was a symphony. A bit of a reach on the call-outs at the end. I gotta say, towards the end, I was like, but I don't know, man. She said, if you thought NXT was crazy before, it's going to be crazy now. Tune in on Tuesday. It was a heck of a way to go off the air. Pun intended. We're off the air right now.
Y'all, listen. Y'all didn't think she was going to win this belt, guys. Everybody was talking about Lash Legend this, Jada Parker that, Kalani Jordan this. They ain't got nothing on Tatum Paxley. Don't you ever put any of them in the conversation with her again. Okay? We speak about her in the highest regard of regards. Mariah Monroe, whatever the hell your name is, you can't.
Mariah Monroe is golden. Wow. Shad is in his bag this evening, if you haven't noticed, as the kids would say. But Dryzzy, I do have to ask you about this one because we've had just another Tatum Tuesday, and this was not just another Tatum Tuesday. This was Tatum's Saturday evening. No doubt about it. This is a huge win, and to go off the air with her being the one celebrating, we actually, in the moment, sort of expected maybe someone else to appear and whatnot. No, this was about Tatum Paxley. It's a heck of a moment. I also think JC Jane deserves some credit for her role in all of this. It was a heck of a match across the board. Paxley's moveset, we've talked often about on this show. It's so deep. But you mentioned something when we were watching it live where you're like, I'm not even sure about the order of the moves. I thought this one landed for sure. But the future as far as Tatum Paxley carrying the belt, what do you think that looks like? And what were your thoughts on what went down tonight?
Well, I'm going to go back to Tuesday. She absolutely deserves it. I said Tuesday that I don't see any reason or way that she doesn't walk out with the belt. All the shenanigans, everything. Hell, I damn near booked the match myself. But there was no reason that she shouldn't have walked out with that belt. Now, for the future, I'm hoping they don't run this match back because JC did prove us wrong. She proved that she is not a beatable champion. But let Tatum have this for a little bit. She has been in NXT almost the same amount of time as JC. And the only gripe we have ever had about Tatum Paxley, her character is spot on. Her moves are spot on. It's just the order that they happen. But that's something that can happen. You can change that whenever. At this point in time, congratulations to Tatum Paxley. Shad is correct in the Raptors of his NXT picks of who's going to be stars and who's not. He has been correct when it comes to the women. I'll give him that. And that is as far as I'm going.
I mean, he's been spot on. He definitely does deserve some credit in that regard. There's no debate about that between Tiffany Stratton and Tatum Paxley. I mean, look, I think
you feel like you got to give him Lyra too.
Lyra Valkyria as well. He was ahead of the game on that as well. That's a very good point. I mean, I think this is interesting because when JC first won the title, there was a little bit of debate about potentially being like a transitional champion or something like that. Mm-hmm. that didn't really turn out to be the case. JC was pretty darn successful carrying the belt. I really hope that carries on to Tatum as well. I hope this is like a sweet run. This isn't just a flash in the pan type thing.
Oh, it won't be.
When it comes to Paxley. Let Tatum really run with this, because also you look at other stars in this division that haven't won the title. You named, Lash Legend. I would like Sol Ruka, right? There's other names that logically you would put in that conversation that haven't had that opportunity yet. I think because of that, the pressure's been sort of on both JC and now Tatum. But I think JC delivered, and I have no doubt that Tatum can, because this match tonight did, and the build to it delivered. And this isn't just a Halloween Havoc type thing. We were talking about how much we miss Shotzi on the pre-show, right? Tatum can fill that void in her own way as well.
Far better.
Yeah, arguably, honestly, truthfully.
I mean, I love Shotzi. That's no knock on her.
Right.
I mean, Shotzi and Priscilla Kelly got to be smiling from ear to ear right now, because their girl, Tatum Paxley, look, man, they try to set her up to fail, and she went through all adversity, man. Like, we talked about the whole situation once Lyra left. People thought she was dead in the water. Then she was in a faction with Shotzi and Gigi. They both were no longer with the company. People thought she was dead in the water. She was in a faction with a group that is still run by Sean Spears. I wouldn't feel too confident, but she's only made them legitimate and made people care about them. And she's only embarked in her story. And that shows like the progression of what she does as a character. But like I said, like on Tuesday, man, that was one of the best like promos I have ever heard from a women's superstar. Like, there was so much passion, felt so white meat, babyface. This is such a crowning moment for her. And I do want to also say this, because you mentioned it. JC Jane deserves a lot of credit for her title reign.
I have a question for you off that.
Yeah.
Do you think this would hit different if it was somebody else, or was JC the perfect glue for this?
No, she's the perfect heel. JC Jane, look, I'm going to say this real quick. Salute to NXT for not forgetting about their homegrown women and not caving into what they've been recently doing when they let Stephanie, Julia, people thought potentially with Jordan Grace. Blake Monroe just got the North American belt, but everybody was kind of circling these big-time signings to be the champs. After Stephanie, they let a homegrown talent run the course, and I think she has JC Jane by the end of this year is going to be in the conversation for Women's Wrestler of the Year. Whether people want to,
I think so too. I think she almost already is.
Arguably, I know that's probably one of the things, but arguably she got it.
She needs to, like, maybe not for the entirety of pro wrestling, but for WWE, I think she's a pretty set person. Like, to me, it's between her and Stephanie Vaquer. But she has honestly like just done so amazing. And the beauty of it is this, man, that team is revamped, and like, bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you. As much as Lainey Reed is new, I still think she belongs. That's a team that could easily get called up to the main roster and just absolutely kill it. Because I think the main roster needs a like she can be a focal point in that mid-card division for the US or IC title as a heel and do damage. She got the heel faction, and she's so good, bro. Like, she's such a good character, and she's such a great worker.
Yeah, I mean, the women's division has been so interesting lately because there's so many talented women here. And like, I love what you said about the homegrown talent aspect, especially, right? It's like, that's what JC is. That's what Tatum is, right? I mean, even look at Kalani Jordan's success on the TNA side, right? Like that, but that's an NXT thing. She's home, right? And utilizing that talent, I think, is super important because there is a lot of incoming talent. I think there's gonna be a lot more turnover than almost we expect in the coming weeks and months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I'm gonna be fascinated by for sure. But we do definitely have other matches to cover, my friends. Let's talk about one that I think it was my favorite part of the night. I know we just covered Tatum. I did enjoy that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take away.
Tisk.
I'm not trying to take away, but
I got
Javon and Leon versus Mr. Iguana and La Parka.
Yes.
And I'm going to go to you, Drizzy, because this one was, I thought it delivered on all fronts. And I truly enjoyed it top to bottom. But also, you learned tonight that this La Parka is not related to the other two La Parkas. So I have to put you on the spot out of the gates.
Yes.
Talk to me about it, Driz.
So, if you have followed me before Wrestling Republic, you know I am a huge WCW head, a major fan of the chairman of the board, La Parka. And I knew of his son wrestling. But no, I did not realize that the La Parka that we just saw tonight is the La Parka, is not the son of La Parka. It's not El Dijo La Parks. It's not him. So it's another random guy who AAA has decided to give them that mantle of La Parka. But I will say, he is probably more athletic than any of the La Parkas I've ever. He moves around so much more fluidly. He flies through the air so much more fluidly. I think I don't want to say he's the best one, period, because I'm still humble to I still hold on to the one from WCW. But good match. A great way to start the show. Lots of high flying. Leon and Javon work together. It fits so well, hand in glove. We've got to get belts on them. We have got to get some type of tag titles on them. Please take them from whoever have them at that point in time. But yes, great way to start. Mr. Iguana is magical. We need to get more of this La Parka on TV. I don't know what's going to happen with AAA in the future, but if they're going to start coming over to NXT, the men's division, this could be the shot in the arm that the men's division needs, tag team and singles. They could definitely use some of La Parka. They could definitely use Mr. Iguana. They could definitely use somebody we're going to talk about a little bit later. I'm excited for what it means for this division now because, like I said, the men have needed it for a little bit, and this definitely could be the shot in the arm.
Absolutely, I'm with you. Yeah, I think Iguana and La Parka as a tag team, no matter where they go, is really fun for the time being, especially considering how over both are with everything that's going on with Triple A and everything like that. I enjoy it. Leon and Javon, I think, should just go to the main roster like now.
I don't think we can do that.
If in a fantasy world, if
like legally, there might be some issues there, but
yeah, like if we could just make that happen, it would make the most sense. This is cracking me up. We got Josh Markowitz here expecting to see Clark and Sting outfit when this goes back to host cam. He said, "Oh, Mysterio, good enough." Thanks, Josh. Less time in the makeup chair, no doubt about it. We've also got Shadow Kitty from our good friend Mary, no doubt about it. That's hilarious.
I rock with that.
That works. But yeah, if we could, those two could be the most over tag team in all of wrestling. I think in like 5 minutes. It would not take long to book that properly. I don't understand why there's this other hole in the nose of this mask. It's
so you can breathe.
It's been bothering me the whole time. Dude, I'm sorry. Like I keep getting distracted. Like, no, dude,
air really bothering you?
No, where it logically goes, right? This is like the crown of my nose. Then it's got this secondary strap that goes right over my nostrils. So every time I inhale, it's like I'm eating the mask or I'm breathing the mask. I'm huffing the mask essentially on air.
You should not have markers.
No, not markers. No markers.
Maybe your nose is too big for the mask.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, DCX Warlord back here. Yeah, with that one. I don't know. This is the one that they sold it at Mania. It was the same price as the Kane mask, but I thought it was cooler.
Now the Kane mask, I know you can't breathe in that thing.
Yeah, no way. That one.
You gotta talk with a knife.
Yeah, honestly, it's the funniest part is like when we were at the store and I got this, I was like, I really don't know what I want, and I've already spent. We're in Las Vegas. I've spent enough money. right? Like,
Mhm.
so I was like,
$30 on a
like,
bottle of water.
don't get anything dumb, Clark. And I walk in, and not to say that this is dumb because it's not, but like, I grabbed like one T-shirt and like the wristbands that said I was there, and then I was like, oh shoot, Halloween Havoc mask. Just threw that in the basket, like.
And $100 later, here we are.
Yeah, what'd you get, Clark? I got a mask and a T-shirt. Like,
Hey
and
man,
a bottle of water. And the bottle of water was $50.
talk box. My bad.
He did. He used a talk box. All right. Well, wait a minute. What were we're still talking about the tag match?
Yeah,
here.
man.
Yes,
I got a couple words for it.
Yeah, talk to me about it, Shad. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, man. This was a super fun match, man. This kind of checked all boxes to what I expected it to be. You talk about the competitors, all of it. You had TNA, you had AAA, you had NXT, all meshed into one, bringing in the Halloween Havoc atmosphere. And man, Mr. Iguana and La Parka, bro, they pop, man. They fit like a glove in NXT. They fit like a glove in the WWE. And it's not a surprise that fans love them. And instantly, like, Mr. Iguana is one of the biggest stars that we've got to see this year, man, that's hit the main stage. But, you know, they did what they did. It was real fun. I love him having the puppet within it. But, yeah, we got to talk about this tag team, bro, because Leon Slater and Javon Evans are the team that everybody wants to take off next. Like, they have a like untapped potential that is absolutely insane. Like, I don't even know to what magnitude, to what level we can see. Like, I think the peak is literally maybe the best tag team of all time if they wanted to be it, and they continue to grow. When you talk about age, in-ring ability, and just the cohesiveness, man, like, these guys like fit like a glove. Like, they're like literally two of the same from different sides of the country, but they're just two young guys, man, high flyers, you know, just being authentic to themselves, having fun out there, dancing, showboating. But when it comes time to wrestle, they do what they do. And that's kind of what we've been missing in the tag division, to be honest with you. When we talk about tag team wrestling in 2025, you know, it's a lot of the old guard. It's a lot of stuff that we continue to see. It's a lot of, you know, makeshift tag teams. And in a sense, this is a makeshift tag team, but there's just something different about them. They're fun. You know, everybody wants to root for them, and they just wrestle better than so many other people. And if this is going to be a unit, bro, I would strap the Rockets on them. They need to be NXT champions, tag team champions ASAP. This part, if anything about the TNA and NXT partnership has worked, this is the best thing that's worked to it, in my opinion. Like, this is the
Dude,
like
it. I don't even mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But it is the best thing that's come out of it. And like, correct me if I'm wrong. It's now to the point where it feels like wait a minute, we've seen it twice. Don't mess this up.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, don't mess this up. Don't take it away. Don't do something stupid. Like, we understand there's contract stuff at play. We're in different, promotions and whatnot. And like, Slater and Javon need to be the future of tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
We need to see these tag team matches with them involved because the cohesiveness, the chemistry is off the charts.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The style is off the charts. And down the road, there's an even more incredible story to be told. It's like, to me, they can only mess it up is the scary part about it. Like, they can only pull the plug too early.
Yeah,
right?
like try to have them feud with each other.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, they've already, like, it's the beauty of it is that they became a team off of a respect of competition, right? It's like, yo, we went ahead and had a classic. And after that, like, I broke, you know, like, I shed blood with you. Right now, you like blood to me. You my brother at the end of the day. And like, that's where it doesn't like, that's where it doesn't feel makeshift. There's a why to it, and that's the beauty of it.
You know what's scary? Like, the comparison I'd make, it's a little bit like the Heat Big Three. It's a little bit like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
Yeah.
Or even like the Warriors when they got Durant, where you're like, you can only mess this up from here. Like,
And they
like
feel
if they were to
really like
break up,
Steph and Clay, to be real with you.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like
there we
if
go.
you were to
I like
break
that
up,
better.
Steph and Clay, there you go. And I'm talking like personal opinions on those players involved in the thing aside. Just my point is more like it feels like now the expectation is so high that keeping the two together as a tag team, first off, it helps with the comparison issue that you're going to have the rest of their career now that they've been side by side as a team and they've wrestled, right? We've seen both that have been excellent. This is organic. There's every single time we see a new team formed, what's the first question I ask, guys? You've been on enough shows with me. It's always, why are they friends?
Yep.
We know why with these two. We watched it play out. We watched it play out.
And something else is what I really do love about this is the fact that this wasn't just throwing two guys that look alike together. This was not, oh, they're black, just put them together and they're gonna team. They're legit respect for each other, and even after fighting each other, like way Shad brought it down was perfect. You broke bed together. You know what? We cool. We family now. Let's do this.
You know what it felt like is like when the kid that you scrap with in the schoolyard, and then all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, we got more in common than I realized, and it ends up being your best friend, right? Everybody's fought their best friend at some point in their life. Like I feel like, you know.
And the comparisons will be the comparisons. I think obviously, and I think Drizzy's point is valid, where people put it to the standpoint like, two people of the same race, let's put them together, right? Like with two black wrestlers, two Japanese wrestlers, two Hispanic wrestlers, whatever it may be. That's like the most common trope in wrestling. But to this point, though, it's like they're like tethers, right? From the movie, like they're so similar, but they're different. Like they're both like stature wise, they got a similar build. They do a lot of similar stuff in ring wise, athletically, and they're both really young, and they're both to the point like where me and Drizzy always talk about it, right? And you too, Clark, where we like Javon's authenticity, right? He's being himself. He's being a young kid who's 21 years old. He's talking like a 21-year-old kid needs to talk, right? He's being himself. Leon's the same way. Young and in charge, man, coming out. Like talking in the British slang, whatnot, right? Coming out in the silky do, like bruh is like being himself at all times, and that's why I love both of them as pro wrestlers for that reason. Like there's a big reason for TNA wise where everyone was like, yo, we want to see this kid become the X Division champion, and when it happened, the moment felt so special. So, and then we wanted to see the dream match happen, and the dream match happened. So. It's a beautiful thing, man. They really organically they've built something good here. And to Clark's point, I hope they don't fumble it at all, because that would be the biggest. That would be a letdown for sure.
I think it would be a huge letdown.
Like they're the quarterback threw the ball up. They got it in their hand. All you got to do is put them 10 toes down.
Yep,
that's all you got to do.
Go to the end zone.
Toes down.
Make a football move. That way it's a catch. Oh, wait, we can't talk about there's still no such thing as a catch in the NFL. I'm not over that. The rule. Like someone needs to define that. Football move. I don't know. I don't get it. But like you said, 10 toes down. I mean, these two, the future is so bright. It's not even funny, but let's also stick with the little Lucha Libre stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't mean little, because we had two Lucha Libre matches that I thought sort of stole the show tonight. The second one here, we've got Ethan Page. Not gonna lie, dig the face paint, but Finn Balor cosplay. Come on, am I wrong?
She couldn't give him a full compliment.
Am I the only one that saw that? And
it's Day of the Dead.
I'm here dressed up as Rey Mysterio, making fun of a costume. So
crazily, that is how some of the face paint be on Day of the Dead. It'd be half done. It's half cis, half dead.
Okay,
so
wait.
It makes sense.
We have the stat of the day from DCX Warlord here. I'm just doing a new off the air segment. We're going to call it Stat of the Day. I just invented it. Cedric Alexander teamed with both this year. He's crashing out from the last segment. That actually cracks me up.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry I
crazy.
didn't
He
do
is
that
right.
earlier.
He did.
He
has
teamed
killed.
with both. That is actually hysterical. I didn't catch that at the time. I couldn't let it. I was already on to the new segment, but
That is the
boy-
king
that boy
of
Uncle
North
Cedric.
Carolina.
that is the
passing-
stat of the day. Thank you, DCX Warlord. That tickled me.
That is Cedric Alexander, the king of North Carolina,
That's so
passing
funny.
around.
Boy, Unc, bro.
I
Uncle
couldn't.
Ceddy.
I honestly, it caught it. Visually, I'm struggling with the mask on. It got me out of the corner of my eye. But either way, we got Ethan Page. We got Wagner Jr. Day of the Dead match. North American title on the line. I dug everything about the match. The ripping of the mask. The finish was a bit much for me. Because I didn't want Ethan Page to win, but of course he's going to win, and they're not going to put the North American title on Wagner Jr. on this show. But oh, so close. I truly enjoyed it. What were your thoughts, Drizzy? Talk to me about it, my friend.
Very AAA. Very AAA. They do these matches. There are some things that AAA does that I don't think get seen in the world too much. Like I know the mask is sacred, so the ultimate form of disrespect is doing any type of damage to it. And Ethan Page using that to just make this crowd incensed about him and just how evil we think he is absolutely a work of genius. Because I do believe that the smart wrestling fans, they cheer him because he does all the little things you need to be a great heel in this industry. And Ethan Page for the last 10 years has probably been one of the better heels walking across all the companies. He's not top 10 or he's not in the top 5 or nothing, but he's definitely top 10. He's definitely in the conversation at all times. He has elevated that North American title and you are paying money to see this man get his ass kicked. And I promise you, whoever gets the chance to do it, it is going to pay off so well. And I really do believe that the way that Wagner Jr. took this beating tonight, they got to run this back. I know in the month when I said I don't want to run it back, this one I want y'all to run this one back because Wagner Jr. first off made a fan out of me. I was a fan of his father. Didn't know how much, haven't seen too much of the new of Junior to know how good he was. He got me. He got me, especially when we got to the part where he ripped his mask off and he kind of like, ooh, like.
I would absolutely love to see it too in a triple A setting, right?
Yes.
As opposed to on NXT, the rematch.
Mm.
Like I'm with you on that. I think we do it at a triple A, no matter where. Like, because if we do it on NXT, it just seems so like home turf. For even though he's the bad guy, that's sort of where I'm at on that one. I will also say I saw this coming from a mile away. It's as predictable as somebody asking if Jacob Fatu's on the show. But I've gotten now 2 separate people over on Instagram, including Nils.cz, asking if I'm Excalibur, which the answer is no.
Not bad on the mask.
I saw that one from a mile away, guys, and I'll take it in stride. That's funny. I'll give you credit where it's due. But I'm with Drizzy on this one. I think rematch has to happen. This to me, and I hate having to criticize Ethan Page after I just got torched for putting him in my most overrated wrestlers list. I thought this one was Wagner's moment to shine. Unfortunately, I think Page actually deserves some credit. He looked pretty dang good tonight in that match, man. He did his job too. As much as I would have loved to see an upset victory here, it was one of the stronger matches on the card, especially singles matches. Right.
Sure.
I thought a lot of the better action outside of obviously the Tatum Paxley victory that we already discussed happened in multi-people matches, except for one that we're going to talk about later. But I do still, before we do that, want to ask you real quick, Shad, do you have anything to add about Ethan and Wagner Jr.?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to kind of put a bow on it, I think it's one of those things where Ethan Page has been given a task and he is passed with flying colors. Like he's a great champion, He plays the heel character to a T. And, you know, salute to Dr. Wagner Jr., bro. I think this is an opportunity for him to kind of shine in defeat, right? Kind of let people know who he is and why he is one of the, you know, better wrestlers in AAA in pro wrestling. And I thought these guys delivered a very physical bout, great storytelling. I think Ethan Page, heel wise, has definitely got to be up there now. You know, you broke the man's mask off, and I think everything to the storyline played perfectly and aligned well. So I really enjoyed this match, and yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. 100%. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling though, because we got a couple more matches to talk about. 2, in fact. 3. I lied. Let's go, ladies first. Let's talk about Zarya and Mariah Blake Monroe. Mariah and Blake Monroe. So yeah, Blake Monroe, North American champion, Zarya. Talk to me about it, Shuddy.
Yeah, obviously this match was set up as what was supposed to be Blake Monroe versus Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka out of action due to injury. Zarya gonna fight in her defense. To me, I predicted Blake to win. I think it served its purpose, to be honest with you. If Sol Ruka is, you know, truthfully injured, I think Blake is the perfect incumbent champion to kind of hold the title, especially now that we have a babyface holding the NXT Women's Champion. Allowing the other belt, the North American belt, being ran by a heel makes a lot of sense. To me, I'm very curious to see what the direction for Zaruka is, man. Because although I do think Soul might be hurt right now, I don't think she's going to be out forever. And I think there is the story within the story between those two. And I appreciate the story within the story. Doesn't need to have the belt tied to it. Will Zarya kind of latch in on her? Will Soul potentially go heel? There's a lot of intrigue to see what come ups between these two, and I think that's the main thing. But for Blake, you know, this is a big moment for her. She obviously was a former AEW Women's Champion, and she's somebody that carries titles very well. Her character work is one of the best out there, and this is an opportunity to see what some of these babyface girls can potentially do against her and how we see the dynamic and chemistry work within them. But hey, man, probably, you know, the second biggest title win she's ever had. You know, I still put the one over Toni Storm the biggest one, but you know,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not want to extend this segment longer because we have 2 more matches to talk about, and we've already spent some time today. But this is what frustrated me the most about this. She's now the 3rd big signing to recklessly defeat Zarya. Ask Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. Why is Zarya now being positioned as the gatekeeper of the newbies?
I don't think she was positioned as a gatekeeper. I truly feel like it was probably a storm. I think Julia wanted to come. I believe Stephanie wanted to come, and they already had Zarya waiting. So it's kind of one of those things like, well, shoot, we already got these ready-made stars. Let's go ahead and bring them in too with her. Because there was a reason why Zarya came later. She didn't come in exactly with Stephanie and Julia. Yes, she was in that same little month, but Julia still had her own moment. Stephanie still had her own moment. I think Zarya still came in and was supposed to be a project. I don't think that she really was supposed to be that big major signing like everybody made it. I just think it was a fact of you're sandwiched in between Julia, Stephanie, Jordan Grace after that, and then Blake Monroe. You're just kind of in that class, and I don't think it was inadvertent like that. So, but I do believe that we have to treat Zarya with a little bit more respect because it really does feel like she's an afterthought and everything. But this is the time to strike and really give her something meaty to go off of. She hasn't really had anything for the longest. She's been just, oh, that's Soul's friend, and we gotta give her some more.
But the issue is, though, I think her and Soul kind of over like delivered as a tag team where people enjoyed them as a tag team. Obviously, it's like the same coded storyline that we see with Flair and Alexa Bliss, where it's kind of like frenemies, but
Yeah.
like the chemistry and them working as a team kind of meshed. I think that's a benefit because it kind of gave her an exposure onto SmackDown, but it's also a detriment because to y'all's point, I don't know what she is. I know she has this Ultimate Warrior face paint, and she's got this like Leonidas Titantron. I don't see that beast. She don't scare me as a beast when she's supposed to look like a beast, right? So to that point, I do agree. I feel like you should have positioned her to kind of be, running through chicks and stuff like that. Like if you got the F5 as your main move, I mean, you should be Brock Lesnar and girls out there, right?
It feels a lot like what sort of happened to Megan Bayne lately, where you're like, why aren't you winning all the time, beating everybody?
Yeah.
Right. You're so dominant.
To Bane's point, though, she's in a smaller
it's different. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Totally different. But it feels similar where you're like, shoot, I just feel like there's more stones to be unturned, and it would have been a huge victory where if Blake Monroe could have made Zarya look great in this one, I don't think it hurts Blake Monroe as much as it helped Blake Monroe to pick up the victory, given the history that we've seen lately. That would be my only argument there. But we're already in trouble because we're going to overtime on tonight's Off the Air. We're going way over 40 minutes. Sorry, Ben. That's what's up. I'm going to wear the Lucha mask the whole time, too. Let's talk about a handicap match. And
all right, guys, let's bury it.
Let's talk about a handicap match, my friends. So we've got the Hardys at post lake jump. They went into the lake. They reincarnated as the we thought broken but woken.
The boys got baptized.
Yeah, woken now.
Woken now. Someday they're going to come out as just fish. I know it. Some sort of just fish. They'll be trout or something like that. But the Hardys, two of them, not even the whole family. And this is what bothered me. They show everybody. I mean, you've got all the cast of all the characters, the whole compound pre-match. And then it comes down to the match, and it's 4-on-2.
And 2 was beating their ass.
And anybody can pin the 2. And the Hardys
were beating them.
Yeah, they blew like a 3-up lead.
The Hardys,
they were right there.
Them.
And this match was long. The gnarliest one is, and I got to give Shad a monster shout out because you pointed it out live. Jeff Hardy suplexed one of the guys through a Slim Jim table outside.
Yep.
And they just didn't show it.
Nope.
They cut away to something else. Then they came back and it was like, look who went through a table. They replayed it 8 minutes after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what this was. It started off slow for me too. I was disappointed that Matt Hardy didn't die as there for this. I'm like, he's not even fully broken.
It was just for men. Why can't they?
Yeah.
But he wasn't broken. He was woken.
Yeah. It's even,
he woke up. He had bed hair.
Even freaking worse. That's even worse. I mean, I was frustrated by this. Darkstate, no.
His hair may not have been dyed, but they still was putting BTA to them boys.
And then
you know how wild that is?
Okay, but here's the thing. It was 4-on-2, and the 4 went over.
Yep.
And what they're going to tell me on Tuesday is that Darkstate is the new tag team champions, and they beat the broken, woken, token Hardys, whatever.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this shot. I'm beside myself.
So my biggest gripe with this is the match concept didn't favor the Hardys, right? Like you put yourself in this broken rules match. It's basically a no DQ match, and you didn't come with any additional numbers to the numbers game. You let it be 4 versus 2, and as competitive as it was, as much as the Hardys fought and prevailed, it makes them look stupid in the process. Like they don't look logical at all, and it didn't benefit Darkstate. Like, yes, they won the tag titles, but if it's 4 versus 2, they need to run through the Hardys. They need to squash the Hardys. They need to just beat these two old men to a pulp, where it wasn't booked like that. It was more that they were kind of fighting from underneath. But y'all have two other guys within it, and I will say it was better than the last match that they had against each other. And the bar is not that high. Obviously, it was a pretty low bar to get, but they did surpass that because it was overbooked. But to that point, Darkstate, to me, I haven't seen them develop or grow as a unit since they started. And that's my biggest fear with them, is the fact that as characters, they are very bland. We don't know if they're, supposed to be vicious or if they're supposed to be funny. We're laughing at them more than anything. And two, they're very, very limited as workers. Like, they don't do a lot of moves. Their bag is really, really like small. It's really just spine busters, power slams, an additional clothesline and throwing you out. Like, they don't do a whole lot to it. And on the defense, selling wise, they couldn't sell, a lemonade to a person that is thirsty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they couldn't sell lemonade on a hot day.
Yeah, like they're really, really,
they
really.
They couldn't sell bean pies on the side of the road in Islam. Like, they can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
Here's my other issue I think I had with it is this was the immediate follow-up to the Dudley match.
Yeah.
Like, that just felt gross to me. I didn't love that about this.
And it really shows that the Hardys only won that for the moment on that NXT show. Like, it wasn't, we knew that we were going to hot potato it back.
But this match was, again, as we said on the last one, this match was not bad because of the Hardys.
And it doesn't. Here's the issue. It wasn't bad because of the Hardys, but it doesn't do anything for Darkstate. They won a 4-on-2. It doesn't do anything
for Darkstate.
I know, Driz. That's where I'm going to you. I'm like, what? This did nothing for anybody. Besides, it took the title off the Hardys, because it didn't do anything for Darkstate, did it?
Not one thing. We're still looking at them as funny jokes. Like, we don't know what to do with them. The land of misfit toys at this point. Okay, so we need to be okay in wrestling with something not working and getting away from it. We've got to find something else to do, because you do have potential with these guys, but just as this iteration of what they are right now is just not working. Yes, it doesn't matter how many belts you put on them. Belts have never made a superstar. It's always been the superstar making the belts. And right now, Darkstate is not doing anything, and it's tainting the potential of these guys. Dion Lewis and Osiris, they look good as a tag team. Let's just make them their own separate tag team away from everybody.
Yes.
Saquon Sugars is a bona fide star. He's the only one that when you give him a mic, he is making you watch what's going on.
I don't think...
Make him go. Let him go into the main event scene. Let's get him face-to-face with Javon. Let's get him face-to-face with Trick. Let's get him face-to-face with Ricky. Let's get him out there with them. Cutler. Whatever we have to do, if we got to put him... He doesn't have to be in a faction. We can let him let loose on his own as well. But Darkstate as a whole just isn't doing anything for me.
And they're our new tag team champions. That's the worst part of this.
Well,
they went full spirit. They went full Spirit Squad.
They don't have too many to pick from right now. They did. They've done Hank and Tank. They just got OTM back, so they can't give them the belts just yet.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do? Tag division's cooked, bro. After Axiom left, it got completely cooked, and it's floundering, and it's in a horrible space right now.
It was on life support when Fraction was around. They still at least had Fraction, and they still at least had Chase U. Now that Chase U's gone and that Fraction is gone, Hank and Tank can't do it by themselves.
It's true. All right, let's talk about this main event, though. Let's talk about this
It's okay, Clark.
main event. We have Trick Williams taking on Ricky the Saints Don't Go Marching In, Ricky Saints. And first off, we get a bookend through the table. We have a beautifully wrestled match by one Trick Williams. And he lands the trick shot. Why in the wide world of sports is Ricky Saints kicking out of that? And then this is what bothers me the most. This is what I hate the most. This man that defeated Obafemi with multiple of these newly found tornado DDTs. He hit like 9 of them to beat Obafemi. That's his new move, the tornado DDT off the ropes. Oh, whoa, right? In the words of the great Cody Rhodes, oh, right? Sweet. Ricky Saints defeats Obafemi like that. If you've ever seen Obafemi stand in a stare down opposite Trick Williams and you don't understand that they're the same size, and it takes one, it takes the world's tiniest spear followed by one of these goofy DDTs to beat Trick Williams after the trick shot and the bookend through the table. You must be joking with me. Stop it. What are we doing here? What is happening? The Rochambeau was one of the coolest finishing moves in wrestling. It was the coolest thing that Ricky Starks had in the bag. It was cooler than the world's tiniest spear. And we didn't get to see the little tornado DDTs doing these days. What was this? And it took one to put Trick Williams away? Stop it. Why are we burying Trick Williams for a guy that just cruised in off of internet fame? I don't get it at all. Can somebody, I'm begging, explain this to me? I'm going to start with you on this one, Driz, and then I'm going to you, Shotty.
Okay, so I do have a theory. The DDT thing is to make when he actually does the Rochambeau, when he actually does do it, it makes it more special. It makes it seem more like he's really pulling out his big gun to lay out this person. Like he had to dig so far deep into his bag of moves that he had to pull out his ultimate weapon. And honestly, that's what a finisher should be. So logically, it makes sense, and it's not a bad idea. The Rochambeau looks coolish. My bad, we're supposed to be cussing. It looks good, but the DDTs, I mean, it makes sense logically. You get dropped on your head a few times, you're not gonna be able to do nothing.
I'm not even trying to cut you off, Driz, but come on, man, stop it. You know what my theory is?
You gotta stick wrestling. You gotta stick wrestling.
You know what my theory is? He can't hit the Rochambeau on guys the size of Obafemi and Trick Williams. We hadn't seen him hit it on people that size.
That's a good point.
That is true.
And that makes it even goofier to me. Then they're like, well, if you can't do the Rochambeau, let's give him a jump off the ropes DDT. It's kind of like when Cody does the RKO with the springboard, right? It's just like his good buddy Cody Rhodes.
You gotta get that hate out of your heart, good brother.
It's the same deal. It's the same gimmick. It's so ridiculous. It's yeah. They said that you know what the dumbest part about Kingdom is when they say there's more than one royal family in wrestling. They're right. Now there's the Cody family because everybody gets what they want inside that family. Ricky Saints, you need a new finisher. Here's a new finisher. Watch Trick Williams not kick out of a goofy DDT. I don't know. It bugs me to death. I can't get over it. Can't get over it, guys.
You're just mad. You're just mad Ricky was your new champion.
This stat line of the night. You guys are ready. Not one, not two, but 3 former All Elite Wrestling superstars. 1 tonight and 1 gold. Ethan Page, Blake Monroe, a.k.a. Mariah May, and Ricky Saints, a.k.a. Ricky Starks. To me, that is kind of where my mind went. Obviously, I figured he was going to win tonight. He's brand new into the game of winning a championship. Trick, to me, is so like far of extending his stay at NXT at this point. I don't know why we need to get him onto the main roster. When you talk about his star power, the in-ring ability, yes, to the haters, and just being a overall, just a beast, man. Like the bro is like the total package. Get him onto a SmackDown, get him onto a Raw, let him cook over there. He'll do wonders. But for Ricky, he's got a tough task, man, because he is going to have to be the face of NXT, and he's going to have to be the one that kind of puts a lot of the hard work on his back. Because say Trick goes, and say we take Obafemi out the picture too, right? Because he's defeated those two. That's a hell of an accomplishment, by the way. That established yourself. After those two are gone, there's not a lot of people up in your path. And to me, how do you make these competitors viable, and how do we want to care about it? Like, he's got to really establish some stuff with that. Do I think he can? Without a doubt. But to my initial point with the stat, what does this say about NXT and WWE? Because to me, I feel everything in this world is deliberate. This, in my humble opinion, is a ploy to tell future AEW superstars, you come over here, we're going to give you the world. We're going to give you the belts. We're going to give you the TV time. We're going to get you the, whatever sponsorships it may be. That's a bargaining chip and marketing strategy. I don't care what anybody says. Nothing is that deliberate, bro. Literally 3 people who signed that are notable people from AEW to go into NXT are champions right now. So you tell me if someone like a Britt Baker hits the free agency, they're not going to put an NXT Women's Championship on her? You telling me?
To your point, did you watch SmackDown last night? They took Karrion Kross's entrance and gave it to a guy that came over from AEW.
They did not.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Not. Aleister Black was already in that aesthetic and everything before Kross even came.
Yeah. And
okay, but Aleister Black was also here
doing
before.
Exactly what Scarlett did.
Okay, but Aleister Black was also in NXT.
I prefer Vega and Black as performers. I think they're the more talented.
We're not going to be spreading these false narratives.
Right. That's a fact. That's exactly what happened. This is the grossest part, because Shad, you made a great point. Yes, Ricky Saints and Blake Monroe and Ethan Page all winning championships is a bargaining chip. The irony is what's going to come of this, because it's constipated the developmental system that is NXT, and that's my personal opinion on it. I think it's caused more problems than anything. Well, because guess what? The narrative going in was we're done with indie talent. And then you're calling AEW talent indie talent. Then you bring them in and there's a hypocrisy in that from other indie talent that's been brought over that wasn't necessarily AEW talent. Right? There's a level of hypocrisy there. And I think that's where I find trouble with it. I obviously in comments, I've been sort of placed as the guy that dislikes the people that I like to hate on, the people that come over from AEW. That's fair, whatever you want to say. I will be critical.
He likes Penta.
Diehard Penta, Ray Phoenix. There's more than Jade Cargill. Check tape.
Until they win a belt.
There's 800 episodes of me putting over people that have wrestled in both companies. So go check tape on that one.
Funny thing is, Penta and Jade should have belts because they're
both deserving
stars.
Yeah, it's the interesting part. And so that's where, whatever, you could check patterns all you'd like, but the fact of the matter is, I feel like these are vanity projects here on the NXT roster currently when it comes to this, and it's constipating the development of. We talked to open this very show about Tatum Paxley and the women's division being very, homegrown. I'd like to see a little bit more of that in NXT in the near future, because that's just where my head's at when it comes to the state of the championship picture.
I'll tell you this before we go off. The thing is this, and this is to those 3 wrestlers, because I think Ethan Page has actually been the most successful out of the 3, and nobody would expect that. If you would have told us years ago that, okay, these are the 3 people that are going to come up there, but Ethan Page is going to be the one that shines the most and does the most with his opportunities, nobody would believe you, right? But to Blake and Ricky, because they're new champions, y'all were sought out to be big time stars, and you're supposed to do big time things. This is like no different than like, you know, free agency time comes, right? And you sign somebody that's a budding star on the team, and you give them a max contract because you want them to be a game changer for it. Now it's an opportunity. Are you going to be that? Can you rise to what your pay grade is in theory? We'll have to wait and see.
That makes a lot of sense, no doubt. Drizzy, do you have anything to add?
No, where it up?
I will say,
we're in double overtime.
way overtime. We're in trouble. It's too late.
Yeah.
Everyone blame me. It's not really me. See, I'm wearing a mask.
Shad
It
is
could have been
back.
anyone.
Yes, Mary, I am back.
It could have been anyone. Yes, Shad is back. Oh, hey, Shad, no doubt about it. I will say, monster shout out to the only one that we didn't name that came over from AEW, Lexus King. I just did want to get his name in before we left. We didn't say him once.
I think he's been. I think he's doing better.
No, but when we were naming, yeah, maybe honestly, he might be the best argument in that direction. Either way, that is going to bring us to the end of the show. Check out Off the Air every Tuesday night immediately following NXT. Check out the Daily. Check out Grappling for Position. Check out everything we've got over here at WR. On behalf of me, Clark, Drizzy, the guy you should believe in, that is, and Shoddy, get your twos up. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Saturday night. We will talk to you soon.